Welcome. Welcome to the foremost organization. There's a saying, personalized healthcare with affordability in mind or in focus. Let's talk about that, folks. Personalized healthcare with affordability in focus. What is this foremost organization's goals and mission is? If you make the healthcare affordable for all Americans under the umbrella of personalized healthcare, ultimate goal is to lower the cost of the healthcare. You need to pinpoint and see what is the reason for the rising costs of healthcare. Then how do you bring the premiums down? Let's talk about how do you bring the premiums down, folks. My focus is only on the affordability factor today. I would lower the costs by bringing the premiums by encouraging people to buy health insurance with deductibility in mind. Very first thing you do is lower your premium, and the premium has to be deductible depending on what you can afford. It can start with $100 deductible to the $500, $1,000. You can raise it to $5,000 and beyond. Once you bring the deductible concept in mind, ultimately the insurers will lower your premium because you're taking personal responsibility up to that deductible amount. If it's $3,000, you're taking the responsibility of paying the bills up to that amount. So obviously your premiums will be lower. As a result of that, then whatever the savings are, if you're healthy, you don't see a doctor, you don't go to the hospital much, then you shouldn't have any problem having a little higher deductible. Then what do you do? By having a lower premium, the money which is saved with a lower premium is put aside into the health savings accounts, which has been there from early 2000. The concept of health savings accounts is fabulous. The reason why I say that, why do you say health savings accounts is going to benefit the consumer or benefit the patient, whatever? I'll tell you how. By having the affordability and putting money aside into the health savings, I'm not talking about a big amount, folks. $10 a day for individual, $20 a day for a family, which comes to $300 a month for an individual, $600 a month for the family, on a yearly contribution up to $3,600 for the individual and $7,200 every year for the family. What happens with that money? That money is in the health savings accounts. You have 100% control. After a year or two, when you have about 10, 15,000, if you're, again, the main focus is you're taking charge on your health. When you're taking charge on your health, you want to be healthy, you want to keep the costs lower, you have a deductible upfront, so you're bearing the cost, right? So what will happen is the funds in the health savings accounts, a year or two later, when you have about 10, 15,000, leave 1,000 or two in your health savings account at HSA. Ideal place to fund it to Health Savings Bank, HSA Bank. If you go to the foremostorganization.org website, in the service section, you will see an HSA Bank application. You can fill it out and start contributing. Folks, you can start doing it as early as you can. Then the funds a year or two later can be transferred into Ameritrade. Ameritrade, which is a trading platform. Yes, it is a trading platform. You can invest in index funds. Don't take any risk in buying individual stocks, folks. Buy index funds like QQQ or SPY. Do not buy. With your health savings, I will not take a chance. I will not focus on buying individual stocks. Have an index fund. Normally there's a 10, 15, 20% appreciation year after year, year after year. Folks, I'm not kidding. After 10 years, that so-called 75,000, I wouldn't be surprised if it accrues to over 100,000, which is in your health savings accounts. And you can use for your personal needs, for personalized health care. That brings you to the forefront of managing your health. Yes. That's what I mean by personalized health care. You have the funds, 100,000, 200,000 in your account. You want to save every penny of that health savings. How do you save it? That incentivizes you to be healthy. Take proactive measures. Do exercise. Watch your blood pressure. Watch your, whatever the problems are, have an annual testing and screening. Pay for it and get it done. And accumulate all the bills what you're spending on your health care. This is another beauty, folks. Accumulate all the bills what you're spending on your health care, 1,000, 2,000 every year. Keep it for 10, 15 years. Once it reaches to 15, 20 grand, pull the money out of the HSA, health savings, and go and buy a new car. How about that? Go and buy a new car with that, because you're perfectly allowed, because you have all the bills. You're paid for your health care. This is what I mean by personalized health care. Foremost organizations' goal and mission is to not only provide the personalized health care under affordability in focus. Ultimate goal is to lower the cost of the health care. This way you're empowering the consumer, not the insurer, consumer. You are in charge of your health. You're lowering, and you're shopping for your whatever you need for your health. If you need surgery, if you need a hip surgery, knee surgery, you can shop. There's a book called Healthcare Blue Book. It gives you the cost of the procedure. It goes by the zip code. You can put it's a knee replacement, a hip replacement. You can go and look into the Healthcare Blue Book. It'll give you the total cost. And you're responsible for the deductible only. After the deductible, insurance will cover you. So we are forgetting, you still have your insurance. So your deductible thing has to come from your pocket. So you're taking responsibility on the deductible part of your health insurance premium. By that way, and also you're paying the bills as you go. There's no billing involved, folks. You pay the bills as you receive the care. You have a debit card under the health savings account, and you can pay the bills as we go. There is no billing, no billing. And you can be upfront. If you're checking into the hospital, if you're going into the hospital, if they ask you for insurance, and you can ask them how much is it per day for the stay in the hospital, roughly. And before you sign out of the hospital, ask for a bill. Yes, you're entitled to ask for a bill. I wish there was a legislation that you as a patient has to sign the bill before hospital gets reimbursed. That brings in the transparency, folks. Transparency. There are several actors raising the cost of the healthcare. It's not just the hospital. Even insurers not helping us in lowering the cost. Insurers need to bring in the risk segmentation up to the forefront. Why do you say the risk segmentation? Your premiums have to be based on your health. If you're well category, you're at risk category, you're chronic illness, or you're catastrophic. Under the 4 risk factors, your premiums have to be based on that. Right now, insurers are not doing it. You're paying, your insurance premiums are based on 340 million Americans with all their health problems. So your premiums are really not true premiums. So unless insurers accept taking the risk segmentation into the focus, your premiums will come down when you're in well category. There are ways to bring the cost down, folks, but bringing the consumer is a responsibility of the foremost organization. We want to bring the consumers to the front line and focus on the healthcare costs, rising costs. We need to bring down the costs, and ultimately, you as a consumer has the power to bring down the cost. Thank you for listening from foremost organization. This is Consumers Talk. Dr. Bengal. Goodbye. Salute.